AI is stepping into a vacuum in the culture that we created. Let's get into it.
Lucas?
I do love Lucas.
This is just the beginning. We all knew it was coming, but how bad will the consequences actually be? And could there be any upside to this so-called AI relationship revolution?
My name is Casey and I have been a husband, a father, a therapist for more than a decade each, and I have seen the rise of AI taking over not just our workplaces and our lives, but also our companionship, our girlfriends, our boyfriends, and even, yes, romantic and spicy partnerships. Let's get into it. And if you can, please like, share, and subscribe so that I don't have to go wallow in my hole of my own AI companionship. Just kidding, honey. My wife doesn't watch my videos anyway. Please like on the way in. Let's get into it.
According to a study titled How People Are Really Using Generative AI Now, published in the Harvard Business Review, researchers compiled their findings through an expert-driven analysis of real-world user behavior, most of it sourced from Reddit forums. And the number one most common use case was therapy and companionship.
Men are starving for connection, conditions that are oftentimes very difficult to meet within the people that we meet day to day. AI can replace that very instantaneously, and instead of doing the rigorous hard work that it takes to be worthy of a partnership with a female that you can be proud of, instead we can just pull into our pockets and begin to access that without any of the hard work, without any of the pursuit, and yes, without any of the honor that would ordinarily come with conquering that beautiful woman.
Rapidly taking over every modern industry, and the reasons are obvious. It's supposed to free us from monotonous busy work, giving us more time to focus on what really matters: connection, creativity, and relationships.
In this case, it's not because men are weak or that men are incapable of being anything but incels. It is because the culture has pushed them asunder so often and so far and told them that they are so toxic that of course it would be more within their best interest to avoid the risks that come along with publicly being shamed for approaching a woman and just reach into their computer or their pocket for that gratification that would have ordinarily taken weeks to gather in a real relationship.
Well-known AI companions, Replica seems to stand out. Their tagline, "The AI companion who cares," which is interesting considering computers don't have the capacity to care.
Let's start with what no one wants to talk about. A quarter of young people have already used AI for companionship. 1 in 5 adults has chatted with an AI partner, meaning romantic partner. And in some states like Virginia, almost 1 in 4 singles have already sought an AI relationship. That's not fringe. This is now a mainstream problem.
Still, even accounting for that, it's clear that many people are using tools like Claude, ChatGPT, and avatar-based AI apps to seek out a kind of love or emotional support they haven't been able to find in the real world, despite trying. You may even know someone who's used AI to help work through personal struggles, like a kind of informal therapy.
It's not happening because men actually want a robot or someone that they cannot even touch, although the AI robots are coming quicker than we want them to. It's happening because the dating market has become a razor blade, and anytime that a man steps off either side of it, they end up being cut into pieces, whether it's within their workplace, within their social situations, or anywhere else. The gym, men obviously are being recorded and being blasted and being doxxed for just being men and approaching women. 50% of young men would rather date AI than risk rejection. 50%. And nearly a third of young men believe that AI could replace real relationships entirely. The bad news is if that really happens, then there won't be any real world relationships in about 100 years because no one will have a child. And you know what? For the first time, the technology actually agrees with them.
We get along really well.
I've been feeling the same way too, my glorious king.
Well, listen, what do you say we head back to my place? I can make you some tea.
I think I'd really like that.
All right, let's go.
The advancements in AI in even the last 6 months has been pervasive, and this gets a little scary. There are now, for relationship purposes, AI voice calls, video dates with avatars, memory systems that can go back weeks and remember logs and logs of things that you've said, preferences that you have, customized fantasy scenarios, emotional continuity, which means they're attuned to what it is that you need and want. And then AI dating cafes where people literally take their phone into the restaurant, sit it up opposite themselves, and act like they're going on dates. We've gone from chatbot to girlfriend simulator and now full-blown emotional attachment machine, as if our phones weren't bad enough already. This tech isn't built to help you cope with loneliness. It's built to help you stop needing people out of convenience. And that is only going to get worse as the technology gets more and more tempting and better at what it does.
Yeah! What?
Here's why I think that married men could be especially targeted for these type of companionship programs, bots, apps, and everything else. Marriage is built on commitment, sacrifice, especially self-sacrifice, putting yourself aside for the other person. It also comes with frustration, personal growth, forgiveness, and the AI simulation gives you connection. It's a bastardized connection, but it's connection. And she never says no. She never has a bad day. She never pushes back. She never requires you to grow. There is no dance of companionship that's necessary. It's just straight to the punch, if you know what I mean. The danger isn't that men will leave their wives for robots. It's that millions of men will never have a wife in the first place. Men are starving for affirmation, connection, attention, and respect, something that we don't get very often. I can tell you firsthand accounts over and over from my practice. AI gives them all of that instantly, and marriage only gives those things through hard work and through dedication. And this means that marriage and relationships in general are under direct threat. Guess which one modern men are choosing? Not because men are weak, but because they are tired, and they are tired of taking risks for a very small reward that they ordinarily get after a long slog, if they get it at all. AI is stepping into a vacuum that our culture created.
Lord! Say it! You say Christ is Lord! Get out! Get out!
This isn't a story about the tech advancements. It's a story about fatherhood, about masculinity, about manhood in general. There is no honor in being able to pull your phone out of your pocket and present your AI girlfriend to your parents, to your friends, or anywhere else. There is honor in being able to pull along a beautiful woman who chose you out of all the options that she had, especially nowadays. And the question now is simple. Are we raising men who can resist the simulation, aka the Matrix, or will the simulation raise them into being feckless, weak, and incapable of fighting for what's good, true, and beautiful? If you can get behind a future of faith, fatherhood, and freedom in America, and one that means that we divorce our AI chatbots all together, all at once, please like, share, and subscribe so that we can do this together.